Call it the island of misfit handhelds. Ben Heckendorn creates a portable game systems you only dream about. Plus, if you have a game called Fear, who better to make sure you follow up on that promise than famed horror director John Carpenter? And finally, they may be the Angel City outcast, but they find a home right here in our studio. We're kindly like that. Now, you can tell everybody that this is your song. On Attack of the Show!
Pick up on this.
Okay. Hello, everyone, and welcome
to the
Attack of the Show! Yay!
That was good.
We really got to work on that. Listen to them applause in there. And,
I know.
Wow. Yeah. Blake, our camera guy, is like not even paying attention. He's looking off to the side.
We got a
He's
full
like,
house tonight. I know.
Brendan's here. Brendan's here. Like, see, I just wanted to make sure Blake was ready on the camera.
Brendan, you are a little...
like,
Brendan has lost weight.
yeah, he has, really.
You know?
It's good.
You're looking good, buddy.
Little Atkins. Little Atkins. Told me he was putting on a few, and he's all paranoid now.
I know. Well, he's, turned to the side, can't see him anymore. So, it's Friday.
Operation 5 p.m.
Commences!
Do it! You got any weekend plans? Anything coming up?
Yeah, it's a happy weekend.
Yeah?
I'm gonna do some stuff.
Nice. Wow, that was as vague as could be.
I know. I don't know why I kind of choked up just then. I don't really have any plans.
Okay. All right.
Kind of lame, actually.
I am having a Guitar Hero off.
Tonight?
No, tomorrow night. Night.
Guitar Hero off,
Carrera bachelor pad, 2 guitars, plasma TV.
Now, like, who would come over and
Nerds.
challenge you?
Giant nerds without girlfriends.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like you and Lewis and...
Yeah. Oh, let's just call him
our
all
line
out by name
producer.
now. Yeah, our line producer, Jeff. He's like, yeah.
All right.
Yeah, that's fine. Fair enough. Let's talk about cell phones.
Let's talk about cell phones.
Chances are you have one. Chances are they have one. They've probably seen one, maybe used one.
Everybody has one these days. But cell phones are getting more and more interesting, aren't they?
Yeah, they are.
Cell phones have become more and more interesting.
It's a fact.
And it's a phenomenon.
Think about that.
But, well, what kind of cell phones are we showing people today?
Are we showing them any, or are we just going to talk about cool cell phones for an hour?
I feel like we should show
Grab the cell phone.
All right.
T-Mobile sent us a bunch of new phones. They announced that they're coming out with a whole slew of new phones next month. They're exclusive to T-Mobile. So this is one right here.
Start with yours.
Samsung. It's a T809.
And it's really thin.
I'm the T809. Yeah, very thin, and it's got like a little form factor kind of thing going on with it. You slide it up.
It kind of looks like those palms you were showing off yesterday.
It looks like the what?
The palms you were showing off yesterday?
Palms?
Oh, stop it.
No, seriously. Oh, yeah.
It looks like your palm.
It does. I'll talk to it next time. It's a couple $100. Honestly, nah.
No?
I'm just going to be honest.
Not so much?
I'm just going to be honest. Like, nah.
All right, well, let me show you the Pebble.
Please.
It's sort of it's the Motorola, it's the...
So hold on, this one's making noise.
Someone's calling.
No, it's not. It's the internet, I'll tell you.
Motorola seems to want to make all of their names like 4-letter cutesy names.
Sure.
This is the Motorola Pebble, P-E-B-L. Now, when you look at it, it looks like a regular flip phone, and yes, you could flip it open if you wanted to. However, check this out. All you have to do, because it's magnetic, you just go like this.
Whoa!
And there it goes. You want to see it again?
Yeah, please,
Okay,
in
one
slow
more time.
motion.
And down we go.
Yeah.
And up we go.
Do it again and then describe what you're doing in a really deep voice.
Okay, so now I'm going to manipulate the phone.
Yeah, you slide it down.
Pull it downward.
Yeah, is it going to pop up? It's going to pop up. Watch out. Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's a happy phone. All right, that was weird.
That was really weird. We just go there.
That was really weird. It looked very sleek and cute and cool. No hard edges. Flips into your pocket. Listen to me.
I'm paying attention.
All right. It's time to be a grown-up.
Same features as the rocker.
Same features as the rocker, and it's a lot like
not the rocker, the Razor.
The Razor. Right, meant the Razor. Another 4-letter Motorola phone.
Yeah.
Same features as the Razor, so it's like $350. It only has a VGA camera. It actually takes pretty good pictures, but it's not a megapixel camera, which is a little bit annoying. It's got Bluetooth, all that good stuff. Right. It's small and sleek. You're paying for the design.
It comes down to form factor, really.
It's form factor,
and I prefer that over the Razor, I think. I do like the little flip.
I like it better than the Razor because the Razor's too thin for me.
Exactly.
You're going to sit on it and break it.
Yeah. Girls like them wide. We're moving on here. This is the T-Mobile SDA. It runs Microsoft Windows Mobile 5.0. And here, I'm actually streaming video off the internet right now. In real time, video being streamed off the internet.
And it's small, but it looks pretty good. I mean, for streaming video, that's amazing.
Yeah, of course. And the reason it's able to do it is that I'm trying to stop it actually now. It's got a mind of its own. It's built-in Wi-Fi, and for a phone with that form factor to have built-in Wi-Fi, that's incredible.
And this is a nice-looking phone, and it still has those raised numbers.
Yeah, it's still they didn't try anything new or crazy.
The too sleek is too sleek. You gotta feel the numbers.
Correct. It's
Where's
got
the 5?
Bluetooth built in, 1.3 megapixel camera. These are all pre-production models, so things could change. I know this one might get very good, but at the moment, I'm just not convinced with the form factor or the navigational button.
You weren't impressed at all.
No, well, it's like the little button doesn't stick out far enough, and when you try to you gotta push that, you're trying to navigate on the sides, you accidentally hang up or clear a number. Again, it could change, but for right now, I'm not a big fan of it. But all the other phones, great.
Well, you've got 3 new options from
And then you can get one of
T-Mobile.
these adorable little Katamari things and dangle it on it.
Oh,
and his little hat will blink when he gets a call. His little.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't that something girls do with their cell phones?
Yeah, and I was really disappointed that my Trio doesn't have support for a keychain dangly. So I am now switching my cell phone.
Well, Kevin, good.
You know something else that girlies do?
What, Kevin?
They have MySpace accounts.
Yes, they do.
And
they put on videos, and they write blog entries.
Big
and they
animated backgrounds.
And they talk
bright
about
colors.
what kind of person they're looking for and what their zodiac sign is.
Then they use a CGI script to generate a pretty little poem with the first letters of their names.
With unicorns to go like, ee,
yeah,
ee,
enough of that.
Ee.
What kind of coffee are you? Let's take a quiz. Like, oh, shut up.
I'm espresso because I'm feisty.
Exactly.
All right, but anyway, where are you going with this?
I created one.
You
I'm
did.
not proud of it. I made a
Kevin
MySpace.
P.
Well, listen, let me explain why first.
All right.
Okay? Number one, a bunch of my old high school buddies are on there, so I want to reconnect with them, which is a typical reason to create
Fair.
MySpace. But
That's
secondly,
fair.
there were too many giant jerkasses running around pretending to be me on MySpace, and I was getting
I've had a few of
I was
those,
getting
yeah.
letters and stuff from people like, oh, why did you accept me as a friend and then delete me, and why did you do this, and why did you say that? So
Yeah.
I went ahead and created a real one. It's myspace.com/Kevin Pereira.
That's pretty, I mean...
Yeah, it's hard to spell,
pretty
but
legit.
figure it out. It is mine. I just want to get it out there. I'll accept everybody, but I will immediately
Listen to
delete
this.
you if you're
the
a giant
last
douche.
few years of my life have been truly blessed.
They have been blessed. Good, keep reading.
Let's go with Kevin's talking
keep
about his
going.
MySpace account.
Yeah.
I've traveled all around.
All right, we're moving on. It's,
That's really cute.
I'm waiting to figure out what...
You know, you are blessed. You are truly blessed.
I get to stand next
are.
to the adorable Sarah Lane daily.
Thank you. Feisty. I'm espresso, remember. Okay, so moving on. You know that there are, through the years, advertisers like to use gimmicks to try to get you to buy their products.
Of course.
One of the most popular gimmicks has always been like cutesy little advertising icons, like the Pillsbury Doughboy.
Sure.
That's a very popular one.
Or Snap, Crackle, and Pop.
Tony the Tiger, stuff like that. However, through the dawn of man, or the dawn of advertising, I suppose, you know, back into
man advertised even back on cave walls.
Man advertised, it's all the same thing. There have been quite a few icons, some which could have been forgotten if not for a wonderful site called the Advertising Icon Museum.
Oh, this sounds like a
looking at
gem.
the museum here. We've got West Hall, East Hall. No, it's more helpful than
Those
a
are
gem,
halls?
Kevin.
Those look more like
Yeah, they're halls,
sides of
and
a cubicle.
No, they're halls. And even see, look at the West Hall.
okay,
It's like,
that's
ooh,
more
this is
like
a
a hall.
very interesting museum. It's lit very nicely. I'm just going to keep drilling down. I've got case 11 here, where you could find some gems. Some gems.
Yeah, gems.
See, I can't help myself.
Yeah,
some
it
gems
is.
like the Grandma's Cookies Grandma. She was established in 1988. She's made out of hard plastic. She was designed by Frito-Lay. And they talk a little bit more about how Grandma made you want to bake some Grandma's cookies. We can move on to Frankenberry.
Yes,
Made his first
Frankenpereri.
appearance. Well, Frankenpereri first,
That was a user created.
It used to be Frankenberry.
At some point
In
it was.
1975, he's made out of soft vinyl. This sweet monster couldn't hurt a fly, they say.
But he was
know.
afraid of his own shadow, Sarah.
Oh, yeah, well, monsters are, you know. And
Are they?
finally...
Is that a common trait?
I don't know.
Okay.
This goes way back to 1967, the Fruit Stripe Gum Man with a Motorcycle.
What?
From Beechnut Incorporated.
See, that makes no sense. That's why they had to switch it to the Rainbow Zebra character, because that made a lot more
well,
sense
I found
to
this
sell
and I was like,
bubblegum.
yeah, I don't know. I mean, that's probably why they don't make them anymore.
It's a cool gem, though.
Cool gem,
Very cool
and
gem.
hopefully you guys all really liked it.
Today, our guest is modder Ben Heckendorn. Call in and ask him how he makes all those wonderful, tiny little toys. Number is 800-839-7880.
You can also email us through our web form too at attackoftheshow.com/ask us and chat with us throughout the show in our chat room. It's wild, it's crazy. In our chat room at chat.g4tv.com. Hey, Kevin, what you got here?
We got a ton of free stuff
We
for
do.
callers today.
Yes, we
I'm
do.
serious. No, we're borderline insane today. Wireless controllers from Intech. There's even, whoa, you right
Our
there?
cup runneth over
Hold
with
on,
free stuff.
I gotta show them this one though.
Oh.
This Xbox Live controller with Bluetooth and the wireless headset.
These are good gifts.
This is a good gift. In fact, we're not giving that one away. I'm just going to stop looking at it. Stop looking at it.
Virtua Tennis.
Going in the trunk. And, oh yeah, and more importantly, from Sega, Virtua Tennis.
Didn't I just say that?
I had to reiterate.
You just want to reiterate how important it was.
They gave us 5. We're giving
Oh, you know
away.
what else?
So calling in.
Virtua Tennis.
The game for the PSP. It's like tennis, but a video game.
All right, Kevin, take him home.
Once the show clears everything through the appropriate channels, we'll bring you This Week in Crap,
Yay!
and we'll be letting John Carpenter give you the willies.
Ooh.
Attack of the show, baby. Attack.
So let's say you have a new PC game called Fear, and you need some kind of technical advice. Who do you turn to? Michael Jackson? No, you need Fright director John Carpenter. Brendan actually sat down with him and he tried not to scream.
All right, John Carpenter, as the master of fear, what do you think that makes this game scary to you?
Fear is the closest I've ever come to playing a movie.
Bird, what's your situation? Over.
And the graphics in this game are just extraordinary. And the gameplay is exceptional. I mean, you're riveted by it.
Is it the same tricks that are used maybe in a video game as compared to a film to try and get people scared, jump out of their seats?
You're suggesting we use tricks in movies to scare people?
I would never suggest such a thing.
Is that what you're suggesting?
No, sir.
The most important thing in a film and in a game, where they come very close, is that you need to identify with the character. When you're watching a film, you psychologically project yourself onto the characters on the screen. In this game, you're literally the character. So, in that sense, it's very close. I've been fascinated for years about how can storytelling in movies, in cinematic terms, and gaming, how can they come together? At this point in the development of video games, this is it.
What scares you the most? John Carpenter.
What the hell?
Well, the interesting thing is I've been asked that question for almost 35 years now. And I didn't know how to answer it first, but I finally figured out a way. Every person, every human being is scared of the same things. We're all born afraid. So whatever you're afraid of in the darkness of the night, that's what I'm afraid of too.
Seems like every third movie that comes out was based on a video game. Do you think that's good or bad, or is it a trend that's going to stick around?
It's probably a trend that's going to stick around because video games are played by people that Hollywood is aiming towards to get in the theater. You know, I know how Hollywood thinks. I know exactly what, that's a really successful game. That'll make a great movie. Doesn't necessarily happen that way.
Do you think that audiences are just savvy enough to know the difference between a good and a bad movie?
That's the interesting thing about the audience now, and the people of your age. You get a sense way before a movie comes out, and you make your minds up. That's fascinating to me. Because I was never that way when I was young. It was all totally different ballgame.
Are you working on anything beyond that?
I'm very seriously working on a place on my couch to sit down and start watching the NBA season.
Fear is released on the 17th. Buy it if you dare. Is that scary? All right. And now a not so fun look back at This Week in Crap.
All right, according to Europe, the internet is on the verge of collapse because America refuses to play nice with others. But consider the source here. Remember, Europe, they were the ones who were all like, oh, invading Iraq is going to be a senseless waste of human life and money. Who's laughing now, Europe? Okay. This is a problem, okay? It's the World Wide Web, people, and it's essentially nothing. It's a floating ether of data. So I have to ask, is America so desperate to cling to its last shred of ingenuity that it has to threaten to take its ball and run home like some bratty little kid? The only answer, of course, is yes. Now, the upside of the argument is that, and I'm being serious here, folks, the internet isn't going anywhere. It'll be around long after W and Jeb and however many generations of inbred bushes they force into office, so just relax. Breathe. And finally, a note to both of you Serenity fans out there. Nothing nasty, don't worry. Consider it constructive criticism, but give it up. Hey, Family Guy fans were plentiful enough to get that show brought back from the dead, but you guys couldn't generate enough fan support to survive a baker's dozen of episodes. All right, fine. You guys all clamored, you got together and somehow convinced someone to make a movie, which you all said would redeem the show's poor ratings performance, but then only 12 of you turned out to actually see the thing. You gave Jodie Foster's Flight Plan the easiest opening weekend victory since UHF opened against Batman. Now, some guy in Washington bought 320 tickets to Serenity and gave them away in an effort to boost its performance. That's what we call sad. All right? Enough! Didn't you realize it was over when the people that you gave the tickets to snuck into March of the Penguins instead? That's it. Very short weekend crap. Enjoy. Now, hold off on those angry letters because console hacker Ben Heckendorn is here to show off what he's been up to lately. That's next. Ben Heckendorn is on a mission to turn every console, no matter how ungainly, into a portable game device. How does he do it? I'm going to ask him. So let's welcome Ben to the show. What's up, Ben? How you doing?
I am all right.
We are all giant fans of your work around here, so thank you for
thanks.
finally coming on. But I have to say, you know, whenever you're trolling the internet, it seems to be that people are all obsessed with making things bigger, wider, you know, naturally,
Really?
perhaps. But you have taken a different approach.
Right.
Miniaturizing, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this was your first bad boy here. Tell me about this.
Well, yeah, I did that back in 2000. It was my first attempt. I'm like, I'm going to make a portable Atari 2600 because back then that was like the new idea, you know, like who knew it? So, yeah, basically I just took the motherboard, sliced it down, and then added some circuitry to make it portable, batteries and whatnot.
So now, can I pop this thing on? Is
Yeah,
this thing
go
going?
for it.
So
Should
just,
work.
you have it
There
all
you go.
running off a 9-volt battery, literally?
There's a 9-volt there and 3 AAs for the screen. It's kind of
all right.
primitive, you know, that's back before I didn't know anything.
But this was your first, this was your first hack job.
Right. I mean,
literally.
I had to, right? I mean...
Now, when you popped open the Atari, were you surprised that there was actually any room to shave anything off?
Well, at
especially?
first I despaired, you know, because there's like all this like excess circuitry around the edges. But then I realized it was all superfluous. You know, you didn't need it.
Right.
So
thank you for explaining that.
yes, online dictionary. Yeah. So anyway, so I sliced it all down and I rewired it around and it got to work. So yeah, at first I was surprised, but then I was like, you know what? Yeah, I can just get this to work.
Now, I
No
understand the art behind it, and I mean it's definitely art at this point. But I'm sure there's some people out there, the people that you had to explain, you know, superfluous to. They say, why not emulation?
Oh.
You know, those idiots. They're the ones saying, why not you just emulate it? Why is this cool? I can get this on my PSP and.
Well, emulation has its place,
right.
But I have this phrase that I don't always say in front of everybody, but it's emulation is like masturbation, you know?
Okay,
Cricket.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
No, you don't normally
Right.
say it in front of television audiences, but it's there.
Oh, yeah. Anyway, so...
Why is emulation masturbation?
well, it's not...
You should feel bad for doing it, and you're left a little
Yeah,
cold and
well,
lonely
you know, but
afterward,
sometimes you
or-
have to, because that's the only way you're going to, like, get to play the old games.
Right.
You know, all these analogies go flying. Yeah, anyway, but yeah, it's not always the same. If the hardware's never always done exactly right, so you might not see some glitches, especially like with the Neo Geo, some of those
Sure.
emulated games. I mean, sometimes it's the only way to play it, but the effects aren't the same.
You want them
in
to
my
flicker, you
experience.
want them to stutter,
right,
and you want to be able to glitch them just like you could
And
with
the effects,
back in the
some
day.
effects don't even work at all
Right.
on some games.
All
but-
right. So now we got the Neo Geo here. It's funny you mentioned
speaking
it
of the devil.
because, yeah, I mean, this is ridiculous.
Basically.
I mean, there's no sane man in his life would have ever taken on this project. But this was now
We better insert some quarters here.
what number was this in the line of hacks that you
Oh,
did?
I don't even know. Let's say I did it 3 months ago. That's a better. It's recent.
Right, okay.
Someone actually approached me, well, via email. Their email approached me and said, "Hey, can you make a portable Neo Geo arcade machine?" And I'm like, "Oh, why not?" Because I'm a big fan of it.
Now,
So-
were you sweating it at first, or did you really think you could portabilize this? that
you know, I
well?
didn't know, but this is like a later Neo Geo motherboard. It's kind of small, and
Right.
I did a power test, and the arcade machines mostly run off like 5 volts, the old ones at least.
Ah.
There's like a 12-volt line. That's just for the audio amplification on the speakers.
Right.
So I got a little battery in the back and tilt it up, and we.
And what kind of a screen? Whoa, violence!
Oh,
violence!
yeah,
We
yeah.
can't have that. That's going to turn me
Yeah.
into a monster.
That's right.
I think it's brilliant that the
Right.
cartridge is even larger than the system.
Well, what can you do?
But
then you got the battery.
running
there.
standard camcorder battery there.
Yeah, the Sony one, the Info-Lithium.
And now are these like breakout for actual controllers in case you?
Yeah, you can put Neo Geo joysticks in.
That's
Turn into a
fantastic.
home system or something. I don't know.
That's incredible. It's just there just in case.
Yeah,
right?
most of the stuff is this person's idea. He suggests this stuff. I'm like, oh, I'll do it.
You're like, fine,
Yeah,
whatever,
on
commission
spec.
me.
Exactly.
Now, the Game Boy Micro just came out. It's a portable
all one of
device.
them.
Yes, it's a portable device. It is small and
Right.
it plays Nintendo games.
That's right.
But you offered this in return. Tell me about this little bad boy
Oh,
here, Ben.
yes. Well, I just I whipped this together because I thought it'd be cool to do. It uses a one of those Nest joystick things that they sell, the kind of cheapy things.
Right, they off the little carts
Nest
on
and a
3rd
chip,
Street.
right?
in
But instead of
Chinatown.
using like ROMs and whatnot, this uses actual cartridges.
it
And I
is.
made a cartridge slot using an old floppy drive cable. You know, recycling. Yeah.
Of course.
And
That's
yeah.
circuit bending and mashups and all the other hip terms that the kids are using, right? Something like that.
Oh wow.
So this is a portable NES, and you've got it running off what here?
It runs off 4 AA batteries. That's enough for the Nintendo. The screen's supposed to take 12 volts. I hooked up 6. It works. You know, I'll take it.
That's incredible. And I
Yeah.
got to say, the coolest part, and I really, you thought of it here, is the batteries. If we can show that real quick.
Oh, get them to
on how
open up?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure, I can do
That's
that for
possible.
you.
Now, how long does it typically take to do a hack like this? Let's say for this one here. Like, how
I-
much time and how much money are you investing on these? Look at that.
Spring loaded. Yeah, you know, very, very fast.
That's awesome.
I don't know. I spent about a week on this, maybe. Yeah.
Now, are you going to keep these things? Because I was told that other than your original baby, of course, you're keeping the Atari, but
Right.
you don't keep a lot of these hacks,
Well,
right?
unless I came across like a huge windfall, like lottery sort of thing, I usually sell them to make more. Kind of like the circle of life.
Right. You got to keep that fix
It's
going,
like
right?
recycling. Yeah,
course.
exactly. But it's okay. It's not like I cry or anything when I send them off. It's worth
Because
it to make
there's
more.
another project coming right after,
Exactly,
right?
exactly. There's always something better.
Well, it's incredible stuff, Ben. We really appreciate it. Thanks
All
for coming
right.
on and showing it off.
No problem.
Look forward to the next hack. Pick up Ben's book, Hacking Video Game Consoles. That's pretty to the point. It's in bookstores now to build your own portable systems. And visit benheck.com to learn more about Ben and his hacks. And don't worry, because he's sticking around. Call him, ask him anything you want. You know the number. Now, don't wander off, because you need some feed in your life. And guess what? We're on it. Plus, you need more games you don't have to pay for, and we've got you covered there, too. Stay put. Not getting enough bloody cartoons? Well, remember to check out Happy Tree Friends and Friends this Thursday, midnight Eastern, 9 Pacific. Now, please plan on sticking around for what promises to be a damn good website.
I think I can pull through.
All right, you promised. Damn good
hope
websites
so.
and an even damner gooder Boost Mobile live performance by Angel City Outcasts. huh?
Dammer and Gooder.
Dammer
huh?
and gooder. It's all on the way. But right
Yeah.
now, prepare to spend $0. Why? Because it's Free Play Friday. Duh.
I'm glad, because I don't have any money.
I know.
And I want to play a game.
Well,
what do you
here
got
it
for
is,
me?
Sarah. It's picking up from where Age of Empires 2 left off. Can
Okay.
you guess what it is?
Age of Empires 3?
3.
Oh,
it was close.
oh,
You were
3.
close. Age of Empires 3. You're basically a European power trying to colonize everybody, conquer the new world, right?
Sure.
Look at that. There's some Europeans. They're conquering.
Who doesn't want to be a European conquering the world?
I certainly can't name the two people.
I can't either.
No. There's, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful game, and RTS fans will fight back and forth. I'm not big into the RTS scene myself, I'll admit it, but, I mean, they will get down and dirty claiming that the Age of Empires scene, or Age of Empires game, the series itself is some of the best RTS games available, and no one seems to be disappointing with 3 so far. The problem I had, no tutorials in the demo, so that got me a little off, but I have played some RTSs in the past, so it's standard controls. You have 2 single-player missions. There's a skirmish mode as well, but what it's really all about are the purdy battles.
Now, what exactly is going to wow you that didn't wow you in the second version?
It's a good question.
Okay.
Not a whole lot.
Okay.
It's
just if you're a fan, you're really going to want to continue.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. First, take a look at the graphics. I mean, it's incredible to look at, obviously.
Oh, yeah, it looks great.
Loads of units. All of them can be upgraded. You can be rewarded with experience. There's a new experience system. So let's say you build buildings or you actually train units. You'll gain experience for that, which you can use to actually have things shipped in from, like, your homeland. Europe will send you troops or food or wood or I don't know.
Yeah, you've done well. I'm going to send you 3 troops.
Exactly. Here you go. Use them. Fight. But what's really new about it is the physics-based destruction.
Okay.
So you could take a look at it. I mean, buildings, they just tear apart when you blow them up.
I like blowing buildings up.
Exactly. Big old cannon, rip right through it. I mean, it's pretty to look at. The problem is it doesn't seem to affect the gameplay much. Like, and granted, this is only a little demo, so I haven't really seen too much of it. But I want to see if I blow a building up with a cannon and a piece of the roof lands on a soldier, is it going to kill him? I wasn't seeing that in the demo.
Sure. I mean, they all seem to be just fine.
Right.
Nobody's like, whoa, hey, building's burning.
In fact, when you destroy a building, they run right up, like the dude with the horse. Yeah, I'm going to run through the building while it's still blowing up. Yeah.
Well, horses are strong.
They are. They are noble steeds.
Yeah.
Look,
so that's strong.
It's amazing. Again, it's hard for me to even understand an RTS, let alone sing its praises, but I can completely understand why everybody's in love with Age of Empires 3.
Why aren't you into real-time strategy games?
I'm just not any good at them. They require
is that what
the thinking.
Is that what it is?
Oh, that's all it is, yeah.
Let it be known, Kevin said he wasn't good at a game on this show.
I'm the suck.
I don't know, somewhere in the middle of the hour.
If you're itching for a great real-time strategy experience, grab the Age of Empires 3 PC demo. If you're itching because of something that's red or scabby, then wash your hands and see a doctor. Now, are you seated comfortably? Good, good. Now we can serve up the feed.
Next Wednesday, NASA will officially announce that it may finally have discovered something we might need once we colonize the moon. Not lunar rovers, no, not ray guns, not Starbucks, but I like the way you think. Air, the stuff we need to breathe and whatnot, really important. Using the Hubble telescope, NASA scientists found abundant levels of titanium and iron oxide on the moon's surface. These are naturally sources of oxygen and may be able to be mined for use in space stations. Super cool. This announcement has already sent real estate prices skyrocketing. And forget it, you can't afford that Tudor-style house, great views of the Sea of Tranquility, close to mass transit and breathable atmosphere. None of us can. Now, when those Stanford University people aren't too busy winning DARPA challenges, they're listening to free digital music care of Yahoo. My college, we had one communal textbook for Intro to Astronomy. I'm just saying. Wasn't Stanford. But Stanford and Yahoo are partnering in a pilot program that will give graduate and undergraduate students free subscriptions to the recently established Yahoo Music Unlimited. Now, according to Stanford's official site, a third party, identified only as anonymous donor, is also somehow involved in the project. Now, considering that Yahoo Music Unlimited only works on Microsoft's Windows operating system, it might be a pretty big clue to figuring out who this anonymous donor is. That's right, Steve Jobs. Think about it, it's the perfect cover. Now, Steven Spielberg is doing everything short of jumping on Oprah's couch to get attention these days. First, he's claiming to have invented the future of movies. Now he's developing games with industry giant Electronic Arts. Yes, you heard me right. Sources claim that the director will help develop 3 original game titles for EA, with the first one apparently already in the works. No details were given, but obvious jokes include an MMO based on The Terminal and the long-awaited Schindler's List first-person shooter. Ouch. Sorry. But seriously, more and more directors are getting hands-on in the gaming world. This can only be a good thing. I'm anxiously awaiting where in the world is Francis Ford Coppola. And finally, South Korean World of Warcraft gamers, unwilling to actually stop playing long enough to eat, have demanded that Blizzard include the cultural staple kimchi as a purchasable food item in the game. and Blizzard has done so. According to Kotaku.com, the spicy and delightful cabbage dish will be included. Obviously, the company was convinced by the 88-pound pack of kimchi one particularly zealous fan apparently mailed them. The WoW gamers of South Korea were ecstatic at the inclusion until they discovered that ogres do not digest spicy food well. Oh man, it makes that blood virus thing look like an allergy. That's the feed. Somebody can crack a window.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, kimchi will do that. Kimchi
Oh,
will do
shoot.
that. All right, you ready to take some calls? You ready to face the audience, or at least hear them, or
Yeah,
listen to
let's
them?
do it.
All right, let's do it. James is on the phone from San Diego, California. Are you there, James?
Hey, how you guys doing?
Doing very well.
I noticed there's no more Margarita Fridays.
No, it's now Operation 5 p.m. It's just, it's what it is, and one of these days we'll reveal the details, but for right now we have to keep very hush-hush, Ben. It's just, it's what we do.
Sounds great.
Thank you. Appreciate
Right.
that. But unzip it for a second. You have a question for Ben?
Yes, I do. I want to know, Ben, if there's been a system that you haven't been able to mod out yet. Is there anything you found unmoddable?
Oh,
That's a good
yes,
question.
yes. Well, I have a badly damaged Dreamcast laying around.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it's...
What was the problem with the old Dreamcast?
Well, you know, it's got all these layers like circuit board and like DVD driver board
Right.
and a disc board, all this stuff. It's kind of hard to flatten out, you know.
Gotcha.
So,
Just let it go?
no, yeah.
Are you ever going to return to it?
Other people have done it, so probably not.
Do you just Dremel away and then hope it works? or-
Dremels? Those are for noobs.
Oh. Oh, wow. That was
Maybe
like
I better do this again.
Yeah, that was an internet low blow. That's...
Oh, well.
Maybe a forum thread or two. I agree. Marcus joins us on the phone. Are you there, Marcus?
I'm
Hey,
going
whoa.
nuts.
Yeah, what's up?
I'm going nuts. I have to know the answer to this question. What is your opinion about the PSP?
Dude's going nuts, Ben. Did you hear him?
I know, we better
He's on a
help him out.
rooftop right now.
Really?
Settle down. Don't jump. Here's your answer.
PSP, I think it looks nice. It's neat. I don't know. That's about all I have to say about it.
Yeah, that's it. And now, I mean, you do the portableizing.
I don't have
so
one.
have you cracked one open or seen the insides of it?
No,
or no?
it's I don't. That's too expensive to crack open.
It doesn't. Yeah, you're not technically marveled by it.
Yeah, the most advanced thing has a PS2, you know. So
All right. Fair
it's
enough.
got a nice screen though. It's nice
You'll give
screen.
it that.
Official
Nice
answer.
screen. Very nice. Ben, thank you for joining us for the calls as
No
well.
problem.
We appreciate it. You know what? The show's been missing exactly two things, and here they are: gambling and nasal whining. Luckily, we'll be killing two birds with one stone thanks to our buddy Jimmy the Geek next.
Damn good websites, created, mastered, and owned by the United States of America. Pipe down, Froggy. Okay, Kevin.
Yes?
Damn good website. 2 days in a row.
Yeah,
Usually
it's a
damn good
special thing.
websites happen on Thursday, but you get a twofer.
I
this
was going to
week.
show off my MySpace profile, which is now up to like several hundred friends.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, we'll talk about
Maybe
that later.
I'll make one, and maybe we'll have a MySpace off. What do you say?
First to 3,000 wins. That's what I say.
Well, you already have a head start.
Well, we'll figure it out.
Can we do a website first?
You with the challenging and the verses and the health
Okay,
bars
you're
and
right,
the
you're right.
fatalities.
All right, peace. Lumia.com. It is a podcast, vidcast, sort of, the new content of the web
I've heard about
search
these.
engine.
I've heard about these.
You've heard about them and you've done some.
Okay.
Lumia, as you can
Dabbled.
see, is it's a nicely set up website.
It's pretty.
What you can do is you can search for content in a variety of ways. First of all, you can search by tag, which is kind of nice.
Everybody's tagging these days.
Everybody's tagging. We talk about tagging a lot. For example, I can search for a tag called computers, and I get a large variety of podcasts that
people
have.
droning on and on
people
about
droning on and
computers.
on about computers. Now, I know that might not be interesting, but it certainly is quite a bit of information. You can also just do a search. I did a search for Kevin Pereira podcast,
Oh,
thinking,
please.
boy, would I like to hear something from that guy.
I'd like to hear him drone on and on and on about
Exactly, and
pretending to know about computers.
And Lumia pulled up 4 podcasts that you were doing.
Did
sort
I do
of,
4?
Yeah, you did. In fact, one of them, Attack of the Podcast, you called it, and here's
lot
you.
of time and effort to produce, and that's a godsend because those are
Wow, listen to that.
I really don't have.
Anyway, so you get the idea. You can get Kevin here. You can get Kevin in your earphones at home, talking,
one of these
talking in
days-
his underwear in his house.
It was in my underwear, actually.
Yeah, I know. I can
briefs.
totally see that. And then finally, you can just sort of browse around for content. There's quite a bit of stuff in here. Some of it seems to be sexually related. Now, that's something you haven't heard a lot about in the whole podcasting realm. If you go to the front page of Lumia, the number 2 most popular channel is Sex with Emily.
Wow.
I don't know what that's all about, but it sounds
I want to hear it, though.
I do, too. Sex with Emily.
Screamer.
Sounds pretty titillating. Anyway, if you want the link, you can go to attacktheshow.com, get Lumia onto your computer at home in your underwear. It's a website that gives as good as it gets, Kevin.
They say money won is twice as sweet as money earned, and nobody knows it better than our resident handicapper live from Las Vegas. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Jimmy the Geek.
Hey, babe, love the show.
Thanks, Jimmy. Good to see you, my friend. Welcome back. Welcome back.
Thanks, babe. Good to be back.
All right, now, let's just get right to it. Last week, I mean, you were right on the money. You took the Pats over the Falcons, right as usual. What do you have for us this week, Jim?
All right, getting right into it, Kevy. I like it, baby. We love it when a good team comes off a loss. It's why we took the Pats last week, and it's why we're taking the Falcons this week. Atlanta is giving 5 points to the New Orleans Saints. That number is just soft enough for us. Michael Vick will be back in the lineup for the Falcons, and my research shows he'll be the difference against the New Orleans Saints. It's my best bet of the week and guaranteed lock.
All right, Atlanta giving 5. It sounds good. Moving on, though, there's a big daddy of a college football game. Tell me about it, Jim.
That's right. Can't wait for this weekend, man. USC versus Notre Dame in South Bend. Doesn't get any better than that, baby. Now, a lot of other handicappers will be afraid to touch this game with a 10-foot pole. Guess what, Kevy? I ain't other handicappers. We came to play, baby, and this is a game where being emotionally bankrupt comes in handy, my friend. If you use your head and not your heart in looking at this game, you're left with an offense that can't be stopped going against a defense that has trouble stopping people. Irish Eyes will definitely be crying come Saturday, and that's my heartless play of the week.
Jimmy, always separating yourself from any feeling whatsoever. The mark of a great gambler, I must say. Kudos to you. What else do you have? Anything else?
All right, I got some more, babe. Speaking of feelings, we got a nice prop courtesy of one of our offshore friends. Which celebrity couple will be the first to break up? There you see the odds right in front of you. Brad and Angelina, 7-2. Cruz and Holmes, 5-1. And Brittany and Kevin, 6-1. Our research shows that while Tomcat and Bride of Federline are train wrecks waiting to happen, the smart money goes to Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie at 7-2 odds. It's my homewrecker special, babe.
Very classy, Jimmy. Jimmy the Geek, always on point. Thanks so much, Jim.
Thanks, Gabby.
All right, now when we come back, we open our doors to the Angel City Outcast. Stick around.
Attack of the show, Tripping the Rift creators Chuck Austin and Chris Moeller talk interspecies lewdness. Ooh. Plus, who needs the official NFL license when you can still dole out gridiron abuse like this? NFL Blitz is Kevin's first 50. And finally, we go People's Eyebrow to People's Eyebrow with The Rock and get the scoop on just how many BFGs he's going to wield in Dune. That's the next Attack of the show. Sign up now. And now, please welcome Angel City Outcast.
me screaming, eyes be saying, got cigarette, not my head. I'm supposed to walk till I'm a dead. My eyes are red, my face is dim. Run away. Get out of the way. I'm at the end of my rope now. I've been burning up gas and kicking up dust. I gotta get out of this town. Outside of the door. And on the run of all breakdown. I'm a pleasing boss. I've got till 10. Heroes in the world.
On them, check out our show notes and be sure to pick up the new album, Let It Ride. Now, chat questions and couches. Can you think of a better way to end the show? If so, just keep them to yourself. Angel City Outcasts, everybody!
Yeah. Hey, did I mention that the Man Show was now on G4 every night at 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific?
Yeah.
I did, right?
Yeah.
Well, I'm saying it again!
All right!
The Man Show. The only program on television that managed to survive without hair and makeup and wardrobe department.
Yeah.
Yeah, seriously, it's like Adam Carolla looked like he actually slept on the set. But
You might have.
hey, they have better things to think about, like beer. And
I can be late.
And juggies.
And I'm not even a dude.
Be sure to tune in tonight right here, G4, 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific. It's the Man Show. It's good times.
Right.
IRC chat room, let's go.
All right, chat. Tronzilla wants to know, what electronic device could the host just not live without? Oh, gosh. I mean...
Anything that connects to the internet for me.
For anything that connects to the internet. My iPod. I know I sound like a parrot.
Yeah?
A minor
A little
bird.
bit,
Something
little
that
bit.
says the same thing over and
Fangirl?
over. Yeah, I mean, I love my
Blatant
iPod.
Apple shill.
Not really. I don't
Okay.
even have a Mac. I'm a total Windows machine.
You wanted what you sounded.
I'm a Windows machine.
Hey,
beep, 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 beep.
It's almost operation time. This crappy week is over.
Thanks to our guest, Ben Heckendorn. Now, Angel City Outcasts, commence Operation 5 p.m.
Go for it, boys.
Get ready. Stop! Yeah, man, Angel City Outcasts bringing loose, and the whole lot of we're making the news, and I don't put into no sales. I got the spot like a million, yeah. Now this will no matter what I did, I'm a bunker skin, I'm bringing the kid. Down and down, keep moving around, ain't heaven to keep me down. You won't know where you're going, got me by way I've been. Sometimes right is the man, and sometimes the hiding way. You see me on the streets, and I don't point like company. You don't know you're bad, don't run your mouth, and get a blue right now, hey.
Computers on Attack of the Show provided by Intel. Game on. Power up. Take control with the Intel Pentium Processor Extreme Edition.